I'm in Japan. Kuso atsui! Kuso atsui! Kuso atsui! I'm living in Japan right now. I'm living in Japan right now. Right this minute, right this second. I am in Japan. Right now. I have moved to Japan. Right now, I'm in Japan. You know, I guess it might have been a little bit obvious since I wasn't able to stream for a while. It was a tough. You said December. I said by December. To be honest, I didn't really know when, but then everything kind of clicked last. Well, not last second. It just all clicked. It was kind of funny. Like after the 3D debut happened, I kind of like got the whole like I got the idea that everything was falling into place and that I could move to Japan like as early as August, second week August. And so now I'm here. I've been in Japan for a couple days now. It's been one of my dreams since a child to actually live in Japan, so I'm glad that I can finally do that. Yeah, actually I've been kind of overwhelmed with a lot of things. Trust me, moving to a completely different country ain't the easiest thing in the world. Let me tell you that. There's a lot of things that you have to kind of like do. But I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here and I can go to a 7-Eleven anytime I want. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. It's convenient. But I think the most convenient thing is that I'll be able to go to the 3D studio, the Anycolor 3D studio, pretty often, way more often than before. Before, what would happen is that there was like a big project. I would be like flown out. I would be flown out, and because you know flying is also quite a big process, it would be kind of tough, right? But now that I'm in Japan, I have way more opportunities to do a lot more stuff. So now that I'm finally here, hi, I'm Doppio and I'm streaming from Japan right now. But there was one thing about living in Japan that made me 100% sold on the idea. And ever since then, I was just like, oh, I want to live here. I have to live here. And I imagined this one picture in my head. Imagine there's like a bunch of us, right? A bunch of NIJISANJI who go to the studio at the same time to record whatever. And at the very end of it all, just like in those high school anime, you just go somewhere and eat. After a day's work, hard work, or studying or whatever, we just go out to eat. And just that picture in my head was what sold the idea of wanting to live in Japan. I absolutely love being a part of NIJISANJI. I absolutely love my friends in NIJISANJI. And just the idea that I could hang out with my friends more, get closer with them, experience life, experience this huge phase of my life with them, more and more and more, was what sold me. I actually, since I moved in just a couple of days ago, I haven't been able to meet up with anybody except for one person. I was able to meet up with one person from NIJISANJI. Okay, now this is really funny. Yeah, I was able to meet Sable in real life, and Sable is really the same as he is online. But it was really funny. So, one of the reasons why I met Sable is because I asked him to do something really funny for me. So, some of you might know this, but I have had the worst luck, the absolute worst luck, finding a Nintendo Switch 2. Every time there's a lottery, I've lost. I literally have an email from Nintendo saying, sorry, Doppio Dropscythe, you have lost the lottery. for Nintendo Switch 2. And so I asked Sable to buy me a Nintendo Switch 2. It was really funny because me and Sable, right? Eventually we met like the other day. And I could only meet him for like a little bit because like I had like an appointment to do other things. But when we met, we met in the store, right? And in the store, we found like a secluded area when nobody was around, and he took out his Switch. He took out the Switch 2 from his bag and transferred it to my bag. So it was kind of like a drop off. I've been rewatching Breaking Bad recently. I've been rewatching Breaking Bad, so I couldn't stop laughing because it sounded like, you know, something that would happen in Breaking Bad. And then afterwards, I gave him the money in cash. Yeah, it was the sketchiest. It was the sketchiest handout. It was the sketchiest handout. Yeah, we were in the corner. Yeah, I paid him back at the same time. So I paid him back. I paid him. It was like, Piotan, are you sure this is a little bit more than what I paid for? I was like, no. Think about it as your quest reward, Sable. Think about it as your quest reward. Part of me was also like, you know, number one, I'm very appreciative that it was able to get me this. So you can have the change as a quest reward. But two, I was also thinking, man, I hope that this doesn't go for much longer. This is a little bit sus. 毎日暑いけど頑張って。Yeah, it's been so hot. 暑い。Actually, one of the first terms that I learned was クソ暑い, which means it's hot. I'm complaining because it's so hot. クソ暑い。